Welcome to part 2. Now I can already hear NASA supporters saying, oh, you know, what are we negotiating? You know, we won the elections, yeah? No negotiations, yeah? No retreat, no surrender, yeah? But relax a bit, yeah? Let's be realistic here. Now, the international community cannot afford a problem in Kenya. Not now, of all times, yeah? They cannot afford a problem in Kenya. And therefore, the pressure which has come down on both sides of the political divide is considerable. It is huge, yeah? In fact, both sides of the political divide can barely breathe. Yes, that is how serious. Wamekaliwa kukaliwa. Now, let me mention something that many Kenyans may not be aware of, just to illustrate to you that when Big Brother decides to be serious about negotiating in Kenya, there's nothing anybody can do. Okay, no matter how powerful you are, yeah, we have to be realistic. Yeah, we have superpowers in this world. We have Western powers with considerable power, military might, etc., etc. Yeah. Now, in 2007, negotiations hit a brick wall, and the main problem was, of course, Mwai Kibaki's PNU. Yeah. Which, if I can be American for a few seconds, PNU were playing hardball. They were not budging. Okay? So what did the US do? The US threatened PNU. And they threatened them with military intervention. Okay? Now, of course, this is not new to the world. We all know that the Ivory Coast, we had French troops, yeah, who came in and you know, there was some sort of military intervention, and the person who was trying to steal an election there was removed. Actually, they stood trial even with their wives, yeah, with their wife rather, and the person who won those elections was installed by the French. Now, that's not the kind of politics that the US can get involved with, but I just wanted to illustrate that to tell you that if something like that had happened in 2007, it would not have been something new. It has happened in history many times before, yeah. And although the example I'm giving you happened after 2007, yeah, it has happened many times before in history, long before the 2007-2008 troubles or problems in Kenya. And so the long and short of it is that NASA and Jubilee must agree. They have to agree, yeah, because the international community has put its foot down and they've said, you guys must agree. And so if I can give you a heads up, what we are headed for is a kind of interim government. And this interim government, not a Nusumkate government, this interim government will have both major players representing each of the major political parties, two major political parties in the country. Now, mainly because of the 2007 experience, yeah, and mainly because it has become extremely clear that Jubilee does not have the numbers, what will happen is that this interim government will have what we call, what I can call, co-presidents. Now, the big problem here is how both major political players sell this idea to their supporters. That is the crux of the problem. Now, I trust that those who take in this channel are mature and they know enough about politics to realize that this is far from being a done deal. Of course, the big danger is that hardliners, both in NASA and Jubilee, might sabotage, you know, this plan. Yeah, so that actually it becomes very difficult to reach a final agreement. But folks, that is what is on the table. Yeah, and something else very important to note is that this agreement will not be like what we had in 2007. Yeah, whereby you have, and that's why I was not calling. That's why I'm very hesitant to call it a coalition government. Yeah, because we know in 2007 the coalition government went full stretch. Yeah, it lasted 5 years. Yeah, and then elections were called in 2013. Okay, This time round, this arrangement is temporary, yeah, to prepare for fresh elections. Now, in my personal view, this is a very creative solution, okay? It is a very creative way of trying to meet the demands of both sides. However, it's going to be something that's going to be very difficult to implement politically, okay? But let's wait and see what happens, okay? I've just given you a heads up based on some information I received, okay? And it's very difficult to predict what is going to happen, okay? But as I was making this recording, I received information that leader of NASA, Raila Odinga, is due to address the nation, yeah, towards the end of this week, most probably on Friday or Saturday. So I'm eagerly waiting for that statement, because that statement will give us an idea, yeah, of how far these negotiations have gone and what the stand of NASA is in relation to the said negotiations, okay? Kenyans are in for some very, very fascinating times, okay? Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.